last straight line before the challenge week. And our team wanted to personally thank you for participating again as a jury member for our initiative. I think this is going to be really great. We have been working hard, training the shortlisted candidate for the challenge week and gathering partners, creating a very nice agenda. And you are the cherry on the cake with this great team. So I know Judith has prepared for you a few documents and also a presentation. So I will leave the floor to him in a few minutes. I know we don't want to take too much of your time. So maybe Judith, would you like to go ahead?
Yes, thank you. Basan, are you going to try to translate it simultaneously or do we not need it?
I don't know. Dear jurors, can you confirm that you need the Russian translation? I think we can continue in English then.
I think Hajimura needs the translation as he was.
Okay.
If we translate it, Balsan, we can use it later on, since we will record this meeting for other Russian-speaking jurors.
Yeah, I have documents in Russian, and I will disseminate it after the meeting.
Okay, perfect. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. As Manon said, you are the cherry on the pie or the gears of the challenge. I want to briefly introduce you to the concept of the challenge. Then I want to talk a little bit about where we stand with the challenge. And then I'm going to explain to you what we expect from you. Of course, most of you have already seen large parts of this presentation, so I'm going to keep it very brief this time. First of all, disruptive technologies. That's what we're after. It's good to explain what they are. Of course, everybody knows them. We, for example, are using a very disruptive technology right now. But in brief, they are innovations that abruptly alter the way consumers and businesses operate. Now, what do we want with these technologies? We hope that this challenge will help us find new approaches to old problems. We hope that these approaches are bottom-up and can lead to more adequate solutions like that. Then we hope that the solutions that come out of this challenge will help contribute to the public domain data. And finally, we do not want to go against all that has been done. We want these solutions to be complementary to the ongoing efforts of the World Bank and all the other organizations and the regional governments. We are doing this in the RLC region. I'm sure as you are the experts, you all know a lot about it, but we have a nice video that I would like to show you briefly. Thank you very much. That was very loud. I hope that it was better for you guys. This RLC challenge is a challenge unlike others, but we did not only choose this region because it has a very complex issues and we like challenges. It is also very replicable to other parts of the world. And it's interesting to note that we have participants from California where there's a similar lake with similar issues bringing solutions to the RLC. There is even a participant from Iran where they have an even bigger lake that was desiccated. And we also hope that the information from the teams from the RLC region itself will be able to be replicated in other parts of the world. We chose 4 focus areas for this challenge to address. Those are sustainable forestry, agriculture and land management, socio-economic development, and information and knowledge. And the experts will be part of one of these teams, and everybody should know which team they are part of by now. And this challenge comes at a very good moment, because currently governments of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan and other governments in Central Asia are very willing to address the problems of landscape restoration. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan alone have pledged over 2 million hectares of landscape to be restored, and they did that under the Bonn Challenge. And then the ECA 30 initiative was founded to help finance and help bring technical know-how to how to address these pledges. And specifically, this activity is financed by the Central Asia Water and Energy Program, and it will be part of the larger World Bank Resilient Landscape Central Asia Plus program. For a lasting impact, we created a very strong team. We have a very strong regional implementation partner, which is the German Kazakh University. We have a very strong international communications partner that has experience in communications in landscape restoration, which is the Global Landscapes Forum. We have a very strong entrepreneurial partner, which is from Silicon Valley and is Plug and Play. And finally, we are receiving very strong collaboration from the governments of Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, of which many of the jury members will be also part of. It's important to let you know where we stand exactly within the challenge right now. So about 2 months ago, we had the first selection round, of which many jury members were part of. We had over 150 proposals submitted. Of those 150, we selected the 24 best ones, and we had the help of over 40 experts in doing so. And then these shortlisted candidates went into a very intensive challenge bootcamp. They have been preparing for their pitch session that they will do next week. And they went through individual coaching sessions. We had plenary sessions about presentation skills. They learned how to do a market analysis. And finally, we taught them a little bit about the landscape approach. Now, the most important part is going to be the challenge week. They will pitch their session. They will have their pitching sessions here, and the jury panel is going to help us select the winners. And finally, we will go to the post-challenge activities. The winners will get into a mentorship program. We will have as an knowledge product output an ebook and a final results report. And if we can find additional funding, we might do a MOOC on landscape restoration in Central Asia. Now we come to the core of this presentation. So it's important that you pay attention here. The challenge week will consist of, well, basically next week we will have every day several activities. The jury events will take place on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And by now you should all have received the calendar invite, and please let us know if you didn't, then you can contact Balsan, who sent the invite for this meeting, and we will make sure that you receive it. On Thursday and Friday, there will be other events, and especially to the final event, the grand finale, you are wholeheartedly invited to participate. There will be great speakers here. It will be a very interesting event, and the winners will be announced there. The jury events themselves will follow the format of the Shark Tank television show. And for those that are not familiar with this is a show where very confident startups or people with a great idea come and pitch that in front of some seasoned business people. It's not always positive. Sometimes they decide to invest. Sometimes they decide to completely crash their ideas. We hope that our approach is going to be a little more gentle, but if you are willing to invest, then of course you're welcome to do so. There will be 4 jury events in total. In each of these events, we are expecting 5 jury members to participate. And there will be a total of 6 proposals, 6 teams that will present their ideas or defend. The structure of these events will be as follows. The first 5 or 10 minutes, we will have a welcome word from the facilitators, which will be the World Bank and the German Kazakh University. we will introduce the jury members and we will introduce the participants. Then there will be 5 minutes of presenting for the first team. And after that, there will be 2 minutes for questions from 2 jury members. And then finally, the team will have about 2 to 3 minutes to answer these questions as good as they can. And then we will move to the next team. So as you can see, it's very tight. And therefore, it's very important that we explain to you and that you understand what the idea is. Because we have 6 teams, it's quite a lot. And we have to make sure that it stays engaging for the audience as well. There will be, at the beginning of the pitch, you have to pay attention to the chat, because the moderator or other people from the team will name the jury members, the 2 jury members that are going to ask their question. So you will have time during the pitch to think about the question, and then we will ask you to ask your question live, and please keep that under 1 minute. And we understand that sometimes it takes less than 1 minute to ask a question, but you can also give them feedback. Let them know that they did a great job, or let them know that they did a terrible job, but we have been training them, so there's nobody going to do a terrible job. The participants finally has, as I said, 3 minutes to reply to these questions. And we have some example questions for you. I'm sure that you can come up with much better questions than I can. But for example, what is your business model? How are you going to make a profit? How long have you been working on this idea or concept? What makes your idea different from others? And in an ideal scenario, wow, this is great. How can I buy in now? Finally, the core of your jobs is to score the proposals. We made a very simple scoring table to accomplish this. We are going to send you, or you already received it, an Excel with the scoring sheet. And we are asking you to send this table filled out before Thursday, 8 April, 7 a.m. DC time or 5 p.m. Almaty time. And you can send it to this email. It's the same email as this invite was sent from. And for some extra information about these areas, there is a second tab in this Excel sheet with some guiding questions if you need inspiration about what we try to address with these areas. And finally, there's a section in this Excel sheet where you can give feedback. And we strongly encourage you to give some written feedback because in the case a participant would ask for feedback, we could use that information to compile a short answer. This will be strictly anonymous, so we will rewrite it and they won't be able to recognize who wrote it, and there will be no names mentioned. Then there's some very important technicalities that I want to go through with you. The first of them is that we are going to be streaming this event in Zoom. We are currently using Zoom. If anybody encounters any problems with Zoom, then please let Balzan know. And we're also going to be streaming the event on YouTube and on several other links. This information will be disclosed to you before the event. Finally, there will be, it's very important that you have a good internet connection. So please make sure before the event starts that your connection is strong and that your audio and video quality are up to standard. So in the case that your internet connection is not that reliable and you can't do anything about it, then we have a call-in option. And we strongly encourage you to use that call-in option for the audio then, because in the case that the connection stops, then we still have the audio and the event can run smoothly. Important to notice that many of the proposals will be pitched in Russian, but there is simultaneous translation. If you click on the globe icon on the bottom of your screen, you can find either English or Russian. Then we ask you to include in your name in Zoom, between brackets, that you are a jury member. This is to help us find you in the pool of participants at the beginning of the event, so that we can make sure that we give you special rights in the Zoom call. Here's a short explanation on how to do that. If you click behind your name in the participants panel, you can rename. finally, we invite you to share among your network the news about this challenge. We have a very elaborated press center where you can find ready-made posts and all sorts of media materials that you can use to share about this challenge. And it would be great if you can help us spread the news for bringing the problems of the RLC to the world, and also help the participants gain attention and publicity with their proposals. And finally, you will receive, or you already have received, a jury guide where everything that I said right now will be written down. And we also have some extra example questions there. And that's about it. I would like to mention that the jury events, you have the invites, but we would like you to join a little bit earlier so that we can make sure that everything is all set and we can start at the right time. But we will update you on that later on. And then I would like to thank you very much for paying attention. And I'm very confident that this challenge is going to be a great success. And I want to ask my colleagues, either Balsan, Martin, or Manon, if they have anything to add. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jordi. That was really great, actually. Maybe just a few other items to add, and I'm not sure if you mentioned it, but just in case I'm mentioning again. So your names and photos are featured on our website. So you are officially featured as jury members for the final event. And also you will be in a familiar ground during the jury events, because it's either Jorrit, Martin, myself, or Barbara who will be the moderators for each of the sessions. So don't hesitate to reach out to the four of us, and also copying Baljan, if you have any questions. So we will be your familiar faces during the D-Days. That's all on my side. Thank you.
And then just a quick question, since I have to leave in a couple of minutes for another meeting, unfortunately. Mine is, I think, the last of the 4 sessions on the information bit. I was wondering, is it also possible to get Zoom links for some of the earlier meetings? Because just to see how the process is going, so it'll help us inform the tail enders like us later to do a better job.
Yes, sure, of course, sounds great. Actually, I'm not sure if I sent it to all of the jury members, but I sent it to our World Bank staff. So there is a table with all the links and the days and the schedule. So you can click on it, but I will send it also to all the jury members. Thank you, Harsh. Yes.
Yeah, and can I add something about the materials for jury members that we are planning to disseminate, because we have presentations and descriptions of projects that our participants will present, and I will send you the link to Google Drive where you can find for each session, the thematic session, you will find the presentation of the team members. And actually, I'm going to send the link here in the chat and later to email.
Sounds great. Do you have any question, dear jury members? All right, Jorrit, it seems your presentation was very clear.
Yeah, no, it's actually very clear. So thank you so much. And you guys have done a phenomenal job. I know it's been tough trying to herd all the cattle, but you've been doing really well. So thank you.
Cattle are easy. Herding the cats is difficult.
I'm from South Dakota. In South Dakota, we say the cattle.
One question only. It will be open in streaming for all the people globally. So it's really, or it needs an invitation for people who wants to connect.
No, the events will be streamed, and they are open to attend for everybody. So we would like to get as big as an audience as possible.
Perfect. Okay, thanks.
You will also will be getting today or probably today or tomorrow blockchain badge acknowledging your job as a judge. and you also can promote that in social media if you wish.
Thanks. Perfect, Martin. Perfect.
I think we already got that. So that's good.
Okay, great.
Yes, and talking about dissemination, definitely triple yes. Don't hesitate to disseminate the links everywhere and to who you might know and who will be interested. That will be also helpful for us. Do we have any other question?
Just one question. You've mentioned that most of the presentations might be in Russian, some might be in English. It doesn't matter for the jury if they want to ask the question in Russian or English, right? Or does it have to be the language of the presenter?
It's
No,
up to
you-
you. Yeah, sorry, Jory.
Okay.
You are, if you speak both languages, please go ahead. But we have simultaneous translation, so you can
So it
stay in the
doesn't
language
matter.
that you prefer,
Okay, great. Thank you.
as long as it's English and Russian. All right. It seems like we are heading towards a very successful event.
I'm having problems accessing the Google Drive. Maybe it's because I thought I changed it to the bank address, but please make sure all of our emails are added.
Ah, okay. That's a good one. Basan, can you make sure that the Google Drive is open for access for everybody?
Yes, I will check settings.
Okay, I think that we can close this meeting then. Thank you very much for participating. It's really great to have you all, and I'm really looking forward to the events.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a
Look
good
forward to it.
rest.
Great. See
Thank
you
you.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
See you very soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.